Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing, kids? You're going to need a lot more caffeine that you have already consumed today, and definitely some chocolate because holy cow. Okay, so listen. You guys know who Eddie Snowden is, right? All right. Well, he has warned that the NSA is on the cusp of taking over our beloved internet. Yes, he has. So, in just days, they are going to be taking it over, and it's not going to be plastered on the front page of any newspaper. Oh, no, no. Why would they do that? Because no one has even noticed that it's even been happening. And he is referencing the reauthorization of the FISA Section 702. And I actually did a video on this. I did. And if this bill becomes law, any company or individual that provides any service whatsoever may be forced to assist the NSA surveillance as long as they have access to equipment on which communications are transmitted or stored, such as routers, servers, cell towers, etc., etc., etc. So this bill, it represents one of the most dramatic and terrifying expansions of government surveillance authority in history. And Senator Ron Wyden, Wyden from Oregon, said, "I will do anything and everything in my power to stop it from passing in the Senate." Now, someone else, I can't pronounce the last name, so I'll just spell it out for you. Goitein, called this Section 702 reauthorization the biggest expansion of domestic surveillance since the Patriot Act. Yes. And this woman goes on to say, "I'll explain how this new power works. Under current law, the government can compel electronic communication service providers that have direct access to communications to assist the NSA in conducting Section 702 surveillance. In practicing, that means companies like Verizon and Google must turn over the communications of the targets of 702 surveillance. And the targets must be like foreigners that are overseas, although the communications can and do include communications with Americans. So say like we have some whack job American that wants to involve themselves with the Islamic State. That's what that is referring to. So the Project for Privacy and Surveillance Accountability, which is also called PPSA, and the FISA Section 702 bill will virtually make everyone a spy.
I just read to the Senate means that if you have access to any communications, the government can force you to help it spy. That means anybody with access to a server, a wire, a cable box, a Wi-Fi router, a phone, or a computer. So think for a moment about the millions of Americans who work in buildings and offices in which communications are stored or passed through. After all, every office building in America has data cables running through it. And the people are not just the engineers who install, maintain, and repair our communications infrastructure. There are countless others who could be forced to help the government spy, including those who clean offices and guard buildings. If this provision is enacted, the government can deputize any of these people against their will and force them, in effect, to become what amounts to an agent for Big Brother. For example, by forcing an employee to insert a USB thumb drive into a server at an office they clean or guard at night. This can all happen without any oversight whatsoever. The FISA court won't know about it. The Congress won't know about it. Americans who are handed these directives will be forbidden from talking about it. Unless they can afford high-priced lawyers with security clearances who know their way around the FISA court, they will have no recourse at all.
All right, guys. I don't know what to say about this, with the exception of I'm not okay with it, obviously. I mean, this is, far beyond anything that I ever thought would even happen. You know what I mean? I mean, this is an overreach. No kidding. I have no words, and that never happens to me. So I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna dig more. And whatever I find out, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it in May's newsletter. Okay, if you're not signed up with the newsletter, it's free. Okay. Even Pepper, my cat, she's like, Mom, no. So sign up with the newsletter. Okay, just email me, and in the subject line, just put newsletter, and I'll add you to the newsletter list. Okay. I put out a newsletter every single month, and it's absolutely free. Okay, and I put things in there that I cannot talk about here. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out of here. All right, I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.